Good evening, YouTube. It's your boy Rolling Up Williams from Outlet Podcast. It's the greatest and the latest, the boldest and the coldest, aka Platinum with no features, aka like, share, and subscribe to the Usala. So, it's the fucking day. Monday. I mean, if you anybody who's anybody, or you have a social media or a Facebook platform, you know that Kobe Bryant just died. Was killed in a plane crash. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's a very tragic event. Me personally, I hate death. I hate how death feels. It depends on the circumstance of death. Like when my grandmother died, when she was like 90 something years old, that didn't really fuck with me too hard because it's like, well, my grandma lived a long ass life. She had a lot of kids, she had grandkids, she had a big family. Stuff like that don't generally turn me too bad. You know what I'm saying? Carrying her body out of the house was an experience that I'll remember for the rest of my life. But that didn't too much like shatter me too much. My grandmother passing fucked with me a little bit harder because she was suffering when she passed away. And then, with my great grandma, my grandmother's 96, when she passed, I wasn't like over her house like that. So I knew her, but I didn't know her, but I knew her like from the cookouts and stuff. But I didn't know her. So it's like it didn't really fuck with me. But when my grandmother, my mama's mama passed, that one twisted me up pretty good. To the point where, okay, I'm a guy that doesn't like to go to funerals. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't like to be at funerals. If I can avoid it, I will. That was one of the ones I avoided. And to this day, I do not regret doing it. You know why? Because, I wasn't ready to see my grandmother in a casket. I wasn't ready for that. Like, when they told me she was on life support, I knew in the back of my mind what it was. I didn't want to be that guy and say it. Family was driving back and forth to Vade and all this other stuff. The visit and spend time with her last moments. And, you know what I'm saying? It was but that one was tougher to swallow. I haven't went and seen my grandma as of recently, but, that one was a little bit harder to swallow. I say that to say this. There's a lot of motherfuckers on social media really, like, I'm seeing, like, people, like, making jokes about it. Like, we ain't even been 30 days into 2020, bro. And already a war done almost popped off, allegedly anyway. The president got a bounty put on his motherfucking head, which he really deserves. And one of the greatest basketball players that ever lived has died in a helicopter crash. And it's like, listen, I was with my homeboy at the time, but if I'd have been by myself, I'd have cried. I'm not even a basketball fan like that, but I would have boohooed like a baby. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I always have hated death. Like I said, when it comes to my grandma and my great grandma, I can kind of understand it because some things are just circumstances of life and you have no control over it. You know what I'm saying? But seeing somebody, I think he had retired like 3-4 years before that. On top of that, his daughter was in the plane. Listen, me and my baby mama argue all the time. I hate that motherfucker's guts sometimes. Well, no, I don't hate her guts. She's just aggravating as a fuck. But what I'm saying is this. I could not imagine the level of fear that man was going through in his last moments of life, knowing that he wasn't going to make it and his daughter wasn't going to make it. That is very... I felt like somebody took a tool and twisted my intestines when I got that news. That one was hard to... Like, I remember me and because it was the same day the Royal Rumble came on. My homeboy was like, bro, turn the Royal Rumble. I don't care if it's the pre-show. Now, wrestling's long as fuck. At least, like, the motherfucking pre-shows and shit, they longer than a motherfucker. He was like, man, just turn the pre-show, bro, because this whole Kobe Bryant thing is too much. Like, that shit is, like, sad as a motherfucker. But what really grinds my motherfucking gears. Listen, I play on social media all day. I'll be the first to tell you, I bullshit. I was the same nigga sharing the World War III memes. That shit was fucking hilarious. But there's a time to play and there's a time to be serious. All right. When they sent them troops over the overseas and shit, you know what I'm saying? They called 3,000 motherfuckers. First thing ran through my mind, I was like, man, I've been out the Navy 2.5 years. I still got 6 months left to go on my motherfucking contract, technically speaking. Because what they do is they give you like an inactive reserve date that it's like a 3-year window they can call you back. I'm like, these motherfuckers finna call me. I hope. Because they sent one to my homeboy house and he got out like a week and a half, like a week after I did. His date was like a week after mine. But they sent one to his house. What I'm saying in a nutshell is this. There's a time for bullshit and there's a time to be serious, bro. Like, and I tell you, I will joke all motherfucking day. I will play all day. I am that guy. I don't take a lot of shit seriously. One thing I do take seriously is death. Kobe Bryant's death hurt me. That was some pain. That shit hurt me. I feel like I'm going through Nipsey Hussle all over again. Despite, it was West Coast. So it's like, it was a big deal. And, the thing is like, that way he died, he took that helicopter all the time. At least from my knowledge, from what I know. It's just hard to watch motherfuckers play about real shit. Like I'm seeing like motherfuckers talk about some Kobe Bryant wasn't a legend. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. He was this and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, one, that's a lie in itself. Kobe Bryant had been playing basketball 17 years. Almost, he gave his life to that game. 2, he transitioned the sport. 3, there wasn't a motherfucker on this planet that did not know who he was or what he did. Because there was other people that was a part of the plane. There was other basketball players. I think it was another basketball player, whoever was on the plane, on the helicopter or whatever. Allegedly was the source to say. I don't know for sure. I'm just going off what I've heard. But there wasn't a motherfucker that did not know who Kobe Bryant was. Kobe Bryant was like, I would say the Prince of basketball. And maybe that's a reach. I don't know exactly. Like, okay, there's Michael Jackson dying, and then there's Prince dying. Prince probably ain't as big as Michael Jackson, but motherfuckers know who Prince is. Purple Rain and all that other shit. What I'm saying is Kobe Bryant was that nigga to basketball. He transcended that whole entire sport. Hell, he did a lot of shit outside of the motherfucking sport. Like, man, he was, the thing was so sad about it, bro. Like, he was training his daughter, his 13-year-old daughter, to be a basketball player. I'm just like, man, that is so hard to, it almost makes me want to cry about it a little bit, but I'm not good at sharing tears. That is not my thing. But it makes me want to like break down and cry a little bit, because it's like, damn, like the daughter too, like a 13-year-old, bro. Like, I can picture how hard that is for like, man, that had to have been the hardest thing. That man died twice on that helicopter. But what irks me the most is like people joking about it and shit. Like, I don't know why everybody's so mad for. Kobe Bryant wasn't shit. Like, what the fuck kind of shit do y'all be smoking? Like, and it just tells me this same shit happened when Juice WRLD, when Juice WRLD died. It was the same thing. There was like, Juice WRLD was dumb as fuck for taking on them pills. I'm like, well, that's a human. Yeah, he might have been young and that might have been a poor decision that he made, but that's still a human being. And it's like, when I see people be like, when they joke about people's deaths and shit, like, you motherfuckers do not value life. I get pissed off about a lot of shit, but I know some choices I can make, I can't undo it. You can say sorry for an argument. You can say some real fucked up shit on social media and come back from that. You can't walk away from a helicopter crash, my nigga. I'm just saying. That Kobe Bryant shit. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not even a basketball fan like that. But man, motherfuckers knew who Kobe Bryant was. They ain't a person in this parking lot that I'm sitting there, because I need some motherfucking space to clear my head. They ain't a person in this parking lot sitting here that don't know who the fuck Kobe Bryant is. Man, like, I could walk up to anybody at this motherfucker and grab a random ass old man in his 90s. Yeah, I remember who Kobe Bryant was. Come on, man, like. But I just wanted to say that because I felt like I needed to get that off my chest. I mean, I ain't really been on the YouTube thing in a while, but I felt the need to vent about that one. But I'm gonna sit here for a while and kind of clear my head, and I might come up with more of these.